Uganda has absolutely everything to offer to travelers, both the locals and those traveling from outside the country. It is one of the countries with the biggest ethnicities in the world, which translates to a vast range of cultures, natural water bodies, the source of the longest river, high peak mountains, among many others. We are on a journey to disenter all of it.
Okay, so I'm trying to call the hotel where I'm supposed to sleep.
Hello.
Hi Steve, how are you?
Hi Darius.
I'm supposed to spend a night at your place.
Yes.
What kind of accommodation do you have?
For now we have camping type accommodation.
Are you telling me that I have to camp tonight?
Yes, you have to camp tonight.
Great.
Our journey begins in Kampala, Uganda's capital, driving along the Kampala-Jinja Highway through Mabira, Uganda's biggest rainforest. Within Mabira Forest on the highway is a popular street food place named Najembe. We are stopping to have our first journey snack.
This is where you can get the first snack. As you can see behind me, it's a beehive of meat. Food, 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 food. Everywhere, food. Sebo, how are you?
Fine.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Swamad.
It's called Swamadu. Eh? In Amadu in Uganda is what? Is yeah? If you feel like you want to eat chicken. So I already have Amadu. Amadu is a local word meaning appetite. So how much is your chicken?
Half was 3,035.
3,035.
Yes.
Ah, but you man, they are small. I want something for 2,000.
2,000 net.
2,000 is the neck.
Yes.
Oh, what do you choose for me?
You want for my
I want for 2,000.
net.
So this is 2,000.
Yes.
Ah, you man, this is small. I want something big. This is, how much is this?
35.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's a part of Africa for you. Maybe I call this one a starter, yeah? Or maybe main course, but I need a dessert, okay? Before I hit the road. Here is my gonja. Nyabo jebaleko. Ugamba chi. Gonja wa meka. Walukumi lukumi. Towari wa bitanu. Mwachi. Kale mpawa alukumi. Okay, so this is my main course. Okay, the chicken is main course and this is my dessert. So it's a 3-course meal. I'm yet to get back on the journey.
With our hunger nursed and our thirst quenched, we are embarking back on our mission.
This place looks more of like it's like they grow more of rice and maize. I guess so because as you drive alongside the road, you see so many maize plantations, rice plantations.
It has taken us about 4.5 hours to arrive in Mbale, accounting for all the stopovers and delays.
So here we are in Mbale town. Mbale from my heydays I used to hear about it. I had not visited Mbale. They used to tell me it's the smartest city.
Like many other traditional towns in Uganda, Mbale still holds much of the colonial building structures of Indian descent. The town is characterized by people who subscribe to odd jobs like border cyclists, street hawkers, shops, and a modern market, one which we are not allowed to record its interior.
It's an ancient historical town known for many Asians who came from Kenya. Then they came this side, moving towards Uganda, but most of them settled here. As you can see, most of the buildings are just renovated.
but they really look ancient.
It is around 4 p.m. We are summoned by the proprietors of Semei Kakunguru Country Lodge to help us unearth the legends of Semei Kakunguru. These proprietors are Stephen and Rachel.
Hi Steve, good to see you. How are you doing?
Good to see you,
man. This is a nice place.
Thanks.
Wow, everything is natural.
Yep.
Yeah?
That's the major thing about this place. First thing we worked on, by the way, are the gardens.
Located on Gangama Hill, about 4 kilometers from Mbale town, Semei Kakunguru Country Lodge is embodied in history and nature.
It's a tourist destination,
Yeah.
or would I call it a tourist facility that we have set up to target heritage and adventure travelers.
Not like your traditional lodge, Semei Kakunguru Country Lodge currently offers accommodation in form of camping tents, giving your adventure that adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
If you get up early in the morning,
Yes.
the sun rises from the east and you can actually be able to see Wagagai. If you're very lucky and there's not too much cloud cover, you can actually see the highest peak of Mount. It is a small facility, if I may say, that consists of accommodation, both ranging from budget, mid-range, as well as luxury. We are still in process of construction,
Yeah.
so it's a work in progress.
Yes.
And as you will see later, our accommodation is still ongoing, so we are not yet ready to host clients in our rooms, although we are ready to host campers. We've got rich gardens for camping type accommodation, and we've got a kitchen to service clients who wish to camp with us.
We mainly serve our signature herbal tea. It's made from local shrubs known as the omjaja. We mix it with tea and tangawizi to come up with a very nice, healthy kind of tea.
How did you come up with the idea of Semei Kakunguru? Why did you choose that name?
We are blessed to be part of the family of Semei Kakunguru. My wife, Rachel, is a great-granddaughter of the great Semei Kakunguru.
Wow.
I worked in finance for one of the banks in Uganda. One of the reasons I left was that we had opened up Kakunguru Safaris, a business that was supposed to ride on the Semei Kakunguru heritage
Yes.
and help both inbound and outbound tourism traffic within the Semei Kakunguru heritage. So I devoted my entire time to develop that as a business. 4 years down the road, we felt it wise to have a facility because we saw the need. When we were handling clients with Kakunguru Safaris, we ended up having to book them for accommodation in other places. Not that it was a bad thing, but we were not in control of the service levels.
Semei Lwakirenzi Kakunguru, a Victor General and Saza Chief, Buganda Administrator of Eastern Province, President of Busoga 1906-1913. Straight away, Stephen wants us to exhume the story. He wants us to meet the caretaker of Kakunguru's estate so he can give us a deeper discernment into the matter.
Statesman, victorious general, Saza Chief,
Yeah.
and he settled in Gangama. He had been sent by the white missionaries to fend off Asian invasion from the coast. Right in front of us is his residence.
This is his residence.
Yes,
His own house that he built before he died.
he's actually stayed in it.
He stayed in it.
Yes, he stayed in it,
Wow.
and it's more than 100 years old as we speak.
Unfortunately, he is not home, so we instead anchor a tent for our night's shelter, hoping to catch up with him very early in the morning.
You can see we are pitching our own tent. Just like Peter told his colleagues in the Bible.
This is your door?
Yes. Wow. So interesting. Yeah.
And as you can see,
Hey.
Yeah, this is where you're going to spend the night.
Yeah.
It's definitely more comfortable than inside.
I'm telling you. Oh, so this is where I'm going to spend my night today. I see you tomorrow for the adventure.
In order not to miss the caretaker again, we are making sure we are as early as possible to his house before he wakes. The caretaker's name is Hamis Nambale, not in any way related to Semei Kakunguru. We catechize him about Semei Kakunguru's existing children, if any.
Gertrude muwala wa Semei.
Semei yava wano n'agenda Kampala ng'omwana maka gaabwe gali awo. Waliwo omusajja gwe bayita David amuliraanye saidi yawe nyine n'ennyumba eno ya esooya ya gavumenti y'emmere Idi Amin yagizimba.
Kati nze waliwo kye nawulirako mu Buganda nti n'omukulu bw'afa akomaawo n'akukyalira mwene ennyumba ye takukyalira.
Tasobola kutukyalira.
Lwaki?
Ebyobuwangwa by'omunda tetusobola kukyogera.
Where we are going is now Semei Kakunguru tomb. They are going to guide me there to the place, and then we see where he lies. Like they told us, they say Semei has a daughter who stays in Buganda. Semei himself was a Muganda who came this side as a chief.
Ennyumba ya Semei Kakunguru gye yaziikibwamu ng'afudde yagizimba ng'akyali mulamu. Yazimba nga yakuziikibwamu
nti mulinziika wano.
Mulinziika wano. Omuziika kuno olwasooka tebateekako kino ekisementi kya waggulu kino basooka kino kyokka nga bw'okiraba bw'okisala wansi ekya wansi kino kyokka nga kino tekiriiko. Kati ebiseera bwe bituuka awaali olutalo lwa Obote ne Kabaka, bantu bajja muno nga banoonya Kabaka balowooza nti Kabaka yeekwese eno kuba Nimrodi Kakunguru oyo yawasa mwannyina wasa Edward Muteesa. Kati ne balowooza nti Kabaka ayinza okuba ng'azze yeekwese eno. Bwe balaba bwe batyo ne bassaako kino kya waggulu. Naye nga wakati awo yali alabika. Kino kyakolebwa Abazungu.
Be bamuziika.
Be bamuziika.
Ne bamuteeka mu
ndabirwamu era ne bamukaza. Amafumo gano lino yalikozesa mu lutalo ng'ayita mu kkubo. Kati effumu eryokubiri ya buwangwa, effumu eriri emabega awo ya mukyala we nayo.
Wano waali wafuuse wakaabwe.
Bakateekawo ng'abantu bajja bakateekamu ssente. Essente ezo zaali za kugaba abantu abatasobola okweyamba.
Stephen has promised to take us to another place with Semei Kakunguru's history.
He came from Kochi, came to Buganda, became so useful in the Buganda kingdom, of course with his army, fighting wars on behalf of the Buganda kingdom. And that's where the linkage with the missionaries started, because they used the Buganda administration to spread their control over Uganda. So from there, he was sent eastwards specifically to repulse the Arabs who were coming from the coast. And that's how he settled here. Omukama Kabalega and Mwanga were rebellious. They did not want to cooperate with the British missionaries. And that's why his trail around Teso all the way into Bunyoro becomes useful in our history, because he actually captured Mwanga and Kabalega in a fierce battle in Bunyoro and incarcerated them at this rock for 2 months.
Here where we are?
Right here, where we are.
Was he naturally a warmonger, a warrior, or what? Why did they choose to use him?
Because he had his own army, his own personal army, and the way of life at that point, at that time, was war was very important for them, because they had to protect territory, they had to assimilate other kingdoms for superiority.
We are going to have a sit down with Stephen to get more elaborations of the warlord Semei Kakunguru.
After the fallout with the British, he laid down his tools, met a friend called Joseph, and converted into Judaism. After conversion to Judaism, that was the origin of the Jewish faith in Uganda. And there's a specific, there's a synagogue down the hill on Nabugoye, where there's about 2,000 Jews living there in that community. The community was disrupted a little bit during the Amin's regime, but they are now slowly putting themselves back together.
One of the things that have caught our attention from Stephen's sit-down is Semei's contribution to the formation of the Jew community, which locally translates to Abayudaya. Our next destination is the Abayudaya community. Abayudaya are a Buganda community in eastern Uganda near the town of Mbale who practice a form of Judaism. The group owes its origin to a Muganda military leader, Semei Kakunguru.
This is the Stan Synagogue. What it means, what's done here, everything briefly.
We have arrived at the Abayudaya synagogue in Mbale to meet with Sizomu Gashom Rabbi Wambede, who doubles as the leader of the Abayudaya community and a politician, to discuss more about Semei's contribution to the birth of this community.
The Jewish community in Uganda was started by Semei Kakunguru. Semei Kakunguru was a Muganda general who resigned in the military and resorted to reading and studying the Bible. When he read the Bible, he discovered Judaism instead of Christianity. So he left the missionaries and started his own religion that was based on the 5 books of Moses. And reading from the Bible, he understood that God spoke to the children of Israel through Moses and gave instructions and guidelines of how to live as God's people, as divine people. He circumcised himself, his children, and he started to preach the same to the members of our area. And that is how my grandparents and my parents became involved, and they became the founders of the Jewish community. And I am 3rd generation of those people.
Unfortunately, we couldn't exhaust all the questions that we have for the rabbi since he was in a rush to prepare his congregation.
In the church,
Yes.
in the church and in the community, do you have history of Semei Kakunguru preserved apart from the one which is at Gangama here?
Actually, we have books that have been written, and you cannot say our story without Semei Kakunguru. Every time I go to the US to present about our community, the first word is Semei Kakunguru, and the last word is Semei Kakunguru. So he is inevitable, I will say. He is inevitable. We are part and parcel of him. I beg that you let me go because I have more.
With much of the Semei Kakunguru story handled, our next adventure is going to be the hiking of Wanale Hill in Mbale.